All right, so those are some of the reactions that have come in from some of the top leaders who are in the fray there. The story of this election is not over, but it is very interesting in the manner in which it is developing. We've got with us Ms. Shikha Mukherjee, a senior journalist from Kolkata. Ms. Mukherjee, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, they do not have any leaders from the ground there. Suvendu Adhikari, their star campaigner in Bengal, is a former Mamata Banerjee man. He was someone who was a part of the TMC, a close aide and confidant of Mamata Banerjee, and it is he who's taking on Mamata in her own bastion. At this moment in Bhawanipur, where these two leaders are in the fray, Mamata Banerjee is said to be in the lead. But do you think this is a problem that the Bharatiya Janata Party had, where it did not have any homegrown leaders? But despite of that, taking castaways from the TMC, it seems to be upstaging Mamata Banerjee's organization there. What do you think is working for the Bharatiya Janata Party?
I think what is working for the Bharatiya Janata Party is the anti-incumbency effect. In other words, the one vocal and obviously, as of now, it looks as though this was the majority section of the population has been, enough is enough. We've had Mamata for long enough. We just need a change. Now, there is no alternative to the BJP in terms of a change. They are the opposition. They have positioned themselves as the opposition, and they have been working hard to establish that they can be a ruling party. Yes, they have a huge problem of who will lead this opposition. Who will lead the BJP once if and when it wins power in West Bengal? They don't have a leader, and they're quite honest about it. I've spoken to the BJP leadership. They know that they don't have a leader. They think that such decisions are best left to the party headquarters in Delhi, and that obviously Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah are going to be the crucial decision makers in all this. In other words, the BJP works on the double engine model.
Right.
The state is only an extension of the BJP's center. If that is so, then this is how they're going to, this is how the people of West Bengal seem to think that they will have a better future. It's good for them.
Ms. Mukherjee, also help us understand the mind of a Bengali here, because you mentioned that, this is what it is. One of the crucial issues that the Bharatiya Janata Party had been talking all along, in interview after interview, Suvendu Adhikari was talking about the Ghuspetia, the infiltrators. But the fact is, Mamata Banerjee is not responsible for keeping the infiltrators out, for keeping the Ghusbetias out. That responsibility lies at the doorstep of Amit Shah, who's the Home Minister. So how does the BJP tell the Bengali voter that Ghuspetia is a problem created by Mamata Banerjee and not Amit Shah and his Home Ministry? And
just to supplement what Saleh mentioned, ma'am, 92.88% was the voter turnout in phase 1 on 23rd April, over 90% on phase 2, April 29th. And then, we're seeing this kind of a trend early on in the day. Over to you.
Well, two things. One, the Ghuspetia story is not just about who let them in, which is the question that you asked. Who let them in, we know. The BSF is supposed to patrol the borders, and if these people have come in, then the BSF has to answer, which means that at this point,
the Home Ministry has to answer. I mean, it is the.
In other words, the Home Ministry has to answer. Quite right. The other part of the story is that who gave these Ghuspetias legitimacy? Who made them eligible as voters? And the BJP's peculiar narrative that the Ghuspetias who came in were all Muslim infiltrators. They were illegal immigrants. Whereas the reality is that more Hindus came into West Bengal as Ghuspetias than Muslims. Because when they fled Bangladesh in successive waves between 1971 and even 2024, that is what they did. They came to the place which was their neighbor and where they knew there was shelter to be had.
Right.
So you have the Hindu Ghuspetias, and then, let me tell you, you also have people who between 2024 and the recent elections in Bangladesh came into West Bengal, or rather they came into India through several routes, and they did not come with legitimate papers. They came in under the radar, under the fence, however they came in.
Right.
And the government of India knows very well about them because so many of them are from the Awami League. So the Ghuspetia story is not going to go away. The most interesting thing is, how will a BJP government in West Bengal deal with the fact that they are committed to chun chun ke nikal denge? In other words, now that the detect delete part has been part of the job of Ghuspetia identification has been done by the Election Commission, they want to deport. How are they going to deport? Where are they going to deport to? All of these are going to play out, and that's going to be flashpoints in West Bengal, I can assure you. The BJP,
that is going to be an interesting sort of an exercise once that exercise has to be gotten to.
Yeah, and you can't. The BJP really can't toss it out of the story. Toss this particular aspect of the narrative out of the story, delete it, because they've done that in Bihar. They have deleted the Ghuspetia part of the story in Bihar, where the Ghuspetia, they couldn't identify the Rohingyas, they haven't named, they haven't identified and put into camps, detention camps, nor have they deported them. So we'll have to wait and see what they do in West Bengal.
There are political issues that are good during the season of politics and during elections, but once things have to come down to the question of administration and as to how to deal with these very prickly issues, that is when the political parties seem to run out of imagination. Thank you very much indeed, Ms. Shukha Mukherjee, for joining us from Kolkata and giving us a glimpse, into the political mind of an average Bengali there.